So the Assassin's Creed Shadows reviews are out, and I've watched hours of them, and this is a roundup of the reviews, so you don't have to watch them all. Ready? So some of the good of Assassin's Creed Shadow is the visuals. They say that Japan in this game looks absolutely incredible. The map is large, there's a lot to look at. They did a great job really capturing feudal Japan and making the world feel like it's appropriate. We're talking about little details, the rooftops, the fauna, the greens, the trees, all that stuff looks incredible. The visuals for Assassin's Creed Shadows looks amazing. I've heard that over and over and over again. According to a lot of the reviewers, the bugs are minimal or far between, some NPC glitches and things like that, but nothing game breaking. The actual game is pretty solid the way it's being shipped, and that is a good thing in this day and age. Speaking of visuals, let's talk about the seasons in this game. And the seasons I've heard are really great. People say that they're actually attractive, they're meaningful, and they really transform the game as you're playing, so nothing but good things when it comes to the seasons. Let's talk a little more about the gameplay, and we're going to talk about stealth in general as a compliment. Now, they say that the stealth in this game is a lot like the other Assassin's Creed games, but not too different that you won't know where you are or how to use it. They say the stealth is pretty streamlined, it's really easy to understand and pick up, which is a good thing for newcomers and veterans to the AC franchise. Another pro is that the story is pretty good. It's nothing incredible, but more so that the devs are committed to telling a story. So a lot of reviewers are saying that the story is great in the sense that they're trying their best. It may not be the deepest and the most incredible thing in the world, but you could definitely sense that story is taking precedent in this game, and that is a good thing. Lastly, let's talk about the combat. A lot of the reviewers are saying that the combat is pretty good in AC. It's nothing groundbreaking, nothing unfamiliar, but there is enough tweaks in the combat to make it feel refreshed. We're not talking about a revolution, we're talking more of an evolution, and as far as combat goes, it does a pretty good job at nailing it when it comes to the whole AC franchise, while also giving a little more hardship to those who want a bit of a challenge. All right, so those are the pros. Now, let's talk about the cons. Some of the game design choices in this game are not exactly the best. How you go about using stealth, how you go about certain missions, and how you actually progress isn't the most incredible thing. It's a lot like old ACs that people didn't like, checklisty, but not incredibly bad, but still very much there. And when it comes to checklisty stuff, a lot of the combat and a lot of the missions seem a little bit repetitive. I've been hearing that there's some like exploration, but after a while it gets dull and repetitive, and I keep hearing the word rinse and reuse. So just understand that some of the things you do in AC Shadows, you'll do several times and for several hours. So speaking of checklisty things and things you'll have to do over and over again, the progression system in this game gets a little bit lackluster after like 10 to 20 hours. It feels like you have to do a lot of tedious tasks to progress, which isn't a fan favorite among reviewers. They're saying that if you want to, let's say, up your abilities, you have to do certain kind of side missions and certain bases that you normally would want to ignore because you didn't have a great time doing it the first, second, or fifth time, but you'll need to do that in order to progress, so they don't really like that roadblock or that barrier because they're just tired of doing the repetitive thing. Now let's talk about the storyline. So I've heard of some conflicting things here. As you heard before, it's something that is taking precedent in this game, but also that the story can be bland. We're talking mostly about the highs and lows of the storytelling. They're not something that's groundbreaking or has any reviewers gasping or clutching their pearls. It's there. It's not going to knock you off your feet, but it is there. I also heard the voice acting was meh, and the NPC stuff, well, they're pretty forgettable when it comes to side quests. You're not going to meet anyone that you remember forever, and there isn't much of those memories that you make that you take with you once you leave the game. Now this one is kind of mid-tier. It's not good, it's not bad, but a lot of reviewers are saying that if you've played other ACs, this is going to feel like an AC. Yes, they've made some changes. Yes, they made the world better. Yes, they made stealth a little bit better. Yes, they try to revitalize the whole AC franchise with this piece, but at the same time, it still feels like an AC piece. So if you don't like Assassin's Creed's, more modern Assassin's Creed's, this game likely is not for you. Here are my thoughts overall. I did not mind Valhalla. I really liked Odyssey for the short time I played, and I feel like ACs in general have a certain flavor. Now, I'm glad that Ubisoft took their time with this. They pushed back the release of this game to make sure all the tweaks and necessary bug fixes and just overall gameplay was there, which I think any gamer can respect. And I think they're actually reaping what they sowed with this. They're getting a lot of good reviews. It's getting like 8 out of 10s everywhere. And people are saying that it's a good game, not a great game. And that's exactly what Ubisoft needed. They didn't need a home run, and it seems like they didn't hit one here. It's more like a double, but a double gets you on base, and that's what they were able to do. So if you like ACs, modern ACs, AC Shadows is a definite pickup. If you're a little more reluctant to the AC franchise and maybe you're gonna wait for a sale, I don't think you're missing out all that much. And if you notice, there's a lot of reviews and a lot of review copies that were sent out. So I pretty much felt like I played the game watching all these reviews. So I'm not gonna pick it up just yet, but it does look like fun. Visually, it's amazing. The story's okay. The combat looks fun. Do I wanna be a samurai? Do I wanna be a ninja? We'll see. But that is the roundup of the reviews. Let me know what you think. Do you think this game is a definite buy? Do you think this is a wait for sale game? Or do you think this is just a hard pass in general? Let me know in the comments. I'm trying to save you some time. So that's the roundup review on AC Shadows. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Goodbye.